6 weeks. It's been almost 6 weeks since Laren's radiator blew. I remember it like it was yesterday. We were coming back from a milkshake run. And it wasn't the last milkshake run. I remember it was the last but one. And we were heading home, got as far as Pen Inn, and the radiator let go. I didn't think it would take 6 weeks to replace, but hey, shit happens. But I tell you what, it's good to be back on this bike. This is my first time out since replacing her radiator. She's still got 5 bars on the temperature gauge, so she still looks good, still feels good. So I thought, well, let's just take advantage of the opportunity. It's a reasonable day for the end of October. It's about 10 degrees. It's definitely full gear territory, but hey, at least it's not zero, at least it's not raining and it's not snow and ice, so let's take full advantage. And what a day to get my bike back on the road. I'm actually filming this video on my birthday. What a nice gift, getting your big bike back on the road on your birthday. Couldn't have asked for more. If it's been 6 weeks since Laren and I rode together, and that was the last but one milkshake run, well, that means it's been 5 weeks since I went to the milk shed. So I thought, what better place to go, and then on the way home we can recreate that fateful journey, and hopefully this time Laren makes it okay. Yes, it feels like I'm tempting fate here. Look at that shiny, lovely shiny radiator in there, look. It's a shame that there's so many wires and cables, etc. to kind of spoil the view. I mean, you're always going to have your clutch cable there, but all these extra cables, you don't see them on the Street Triple. They seem to be far more hidden on the Street Triple, or at least better hidden. I guess with the Street Triple, you haven't got your pretty frock, so you have to hide your cables, whereas it doesn't even look like Triumph even tried to hide most of the wiring on this bike. They just left it dangling and decided, you know, F it. It's not looking too bad in there, but they are in there, and there's a hell of a lot of them. Yeah, Triumph definitely thought, F it, just leave all the wiring. We'll let the pretty frock cover it. Those of you that have followed the story of Laren's radiator replacement will remember how I was talking about how she didn't have a radiator guard. Well, she has got one now, but you may also remember that I was talking about how that bottom section there was just this big gaping hole. I've managed to fashion a nice mesh grill there for her, so that it doesn't look so unfinished anymore. It actually looks like it's meant to be there. It's funny that I mentioned the Street Triple, because the last time I was here, no, not the last time, last but one time that I was here, I actually got to have a good look at a Street Triple, and not just look at one, but try one on for size. That sounded nice, whatever it was. Yes, I've always had a soft spot for the Street Triple. I don't think I'm quite ready to give up my sports bikes yet, but there's definitely something about even seeing Laren without the pretty frock, seeing her naked. Not like that. But there's something about this bike without its pretty frock that just, well, it's basically very similar to a street triple. I think there's one in my future. Then again, there may still be a R6 in my future, and I don't think I've ever fallen out of love with the R1. I don't know. My mate Zach says that you can always own one bike more than you currently own, but to be honest, I think I've got my hands full with the two that I've got. Not just my two bikes, but also my cars as well. I definitely take on too much, I do. But when you get to enjoy bikes like this, on days like this, with the people that I've met over these last couple of years, you know, I'd say it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Even if you do get jobs like the bloody radiator with broken bolts, broken coolant pipes, it was a pig of a job. But as I'm riding out today, yes, it was worth it. As much of a pain in the arse as that job was, and I do sometimes question why I work on vehicles. I've been working on vehicles for 25 plus years, and there are days when I think to myself, I've had enough now. I've had enough of working on vehicles. I've very rarely taken my vehicle to a garage. I just question doing my own work nowadays. And whilst I'm not enjoying working on vehicles as much as I used to, there's still something about modifying vehicles that I enjoy. Taking something and making it better, you know, an enhancement, improving upon something, or fitting something that wasn't fitted before because it has some value to it. That I still like, I still enjoy that, and I don't mind servicing, oil change, you know, spark plugs, oil filters, air filters, etc. That sort of stuff I don't mind so much. And it does make me wonder what it would be like to build a bike. I don't mean fabrication, you know, I'm not talking about putting a frame together and, you know, putting a swing arm together and welding it all and making something from nothing. I mean taking a bike, stripping it down completely and rebuilding it, but not exactly a rebuild, because a rebuild is, well, it's just that you build it back up the way it was and everything's clean and tidy and painted and working, etc. And you still end up with a nice bike, nice, clean, fully working bike, but it's still factory, it's still standard. I like the idea of taking a bike, stripping it down, completely stripping it down and rebuilding it in my own image, taking a little bit from this bike and a little bit from that bike and putting them together, taking the best bits of a run of bikes with my chosen colour scheme, etc. It's probably just a pipe dream, but it's nice to think about. It's nice to think that I'd have that opportunity in the future. Okay, so whilst we're stuck in traffic, quite happily stuck with all of these bikers, I've noticed that her temperature's crept up to 6. Again, that's not unusual for this bike in traffic, but on a bike, when do you ever really get stuck in traffic? It's only in situations like this. So I'm not worried about it at the moment. That sounds like your fan, Lauren. Nice to know it works. I was going to stick with them bikers, but I wanted to get some airflow through the radiator just to be sure that she's okay. There you go, back down to 5 bar. Well, this is it, Lauren. This is pen in The only difference being that we're going over the top instead of underneath. And what are you running at? You're still running at 5 bars. It's good to have you back.